talk about this. We're circled on everybody's schedule. No one likes us, right? So everyone in our locker room, that's the only type of people that we have that we can lean on, and we got to be better in that area. We have got to stay disciplined. We have to stay focused. We need to get consistent, and we got to lean on each other. And I think that we've kind of wavered a little bit on that. We have our own islands.
What is up, world? Welcome back. Charge the Game podcast, and the Indiana Fever survive to fight another day as they come away with the victory. Dallas Wings 94-86, and they're on the season at 8-8, right at 500 guys. But though the Indiana Fever did secure the W, there's still a lot of losing going on inside that locker room, and Sophie Cunningham let the cat out of the bag, and we are going to react, of course. Now, guys, Sophie Cunningham, who is known to be eye candy of the WNBA, a fan favorite of the Indiana Fever, man. She has won over the fan base with her heroics when it comes to Caitlin Clark, defending Caitlin Clark, having her back. And we all know that, of course, guys, is her, Lexi Hall, and Caitlin Clark for the most part. I like to include Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell in that lineup, but I feel like they're somewhere in between of trying to appease, both sides of the locker room. But we all know this, guys. There's been a lot of internal distractions going on the Indiana Fever team, from the head coach, DeWanna Bonner, Natasha Howard, just a whole lot of discombobulation, guys, and in a pinch of segregation, in my opinion, where they are more separated, and it seems like this team isn't as aligned as they once were under Christy Sides, which I will be making another video because the Indiana Fever fan base, they want Christy Sides back all of a sudden. But let's hear what Sophie had to say.
And we talk about this. We're circled on everybody's schedule. No one likes us, right? So everyone in our locker room, that's the only type of people that we have that we can lean on, and we got to be better in that area. We have got to stay disciplined. We have to stay focused. We need to get consistent, and we got to lean on each other. And I think that we've kind of wavered a little bit on that. We have our own islands, but as one of the leaders on the team, I got to do a better job of grouping people.
We are on our own islands. As if that wasn't obvious, Sophie. We asked the Indiana Fever fans. We've noticed this. We can see that there is a lot of differences, right? There's different lifestyles, different mindsets, different goals, different opinions within this locker room. And what do I mean by that? Let's start with the head of the snake and Coach White. She isn't as good as Christy Sides was when it came to team building. Yeah, we crushed Christy Sides, of course. We're just fans, man. Fans are fanatics. We're obnoxious. We're high. We're low. We're in between. It is what it is. Christy Sides was a team building woman. I don't know her situation. Was Christy Sides heterosexual? Was she homosexual? I don't know. But she kind of gave off a heterosexual woman, in my opinion. And there lies the difference where you have Caitlin Clark, who is heterosexual herself, along with Lexi Hall, Aaliyah Boston. I believe Aaliyah Boston. I don't know what Kelsey Mitchell identifies as or with. Then you have Sophie Cunningham, of course. Like I told you guys, Lexi Hall. They all are together. They have more in common. And then you have the difference makers with different lifestyles. Natasha Howard. You got DeWanna Bonner. And if I have to be honest, guys, I wouldn't be surprised if the locker room was split. You got a veteran in DeWanna Bonner. She's used to having a star-studded mindset. Attention, it should be on her. She was bigger than the program. The program is Caitlin Clark. She wanted to be bigger than the program, and I think that the locker room was split because you had some women, obviously, who are part of the LBGT. We know that DeWanna Bonner is married or engaged, has a girlfriend on the Connecticut Sun by Alyssa Thomas. So, of course, guys, there's going to be more in common with the women in that locker room. There are probably about, 3 to 4% of heterosexual women in this basketball league. And I do believe that this caused a great divide because of lifestyles, preferences, treatment. Of course, Caitlin Clark is going to be treated the best. She's a superstar. She's the face of the league. She is the tide lifting all boats. And for some women in this league, that is simply too much. I dare you guys give this white girl all of this credit, all of this recognition and an acknowledgement as if we haven't built this league on our backs. It's not that you guys haven't built the league. We just didn't pay attention until the white girl came and saved the league. There's nothing wrong with someone starting a business. You see it all the time. People with YouTube pages, they grind it out, they build it, and next thing you know, they sell it for who knows, X amount of money. And then you know what? The people that invest, they go on and they do bigger and better things with that product. Look at what Coca-Cola did to vitamin water, right? If you guys read the 50th Law of Power, 50 Cent is one of my favorite rappers. I love him as an entrepreneur. But you guys read that book and listen to how the whole vitamin water was sold to Coca-Cola and what they've done with that ever since then is exactly what Caitlin Clark has done with the Indiana Fever fan base and the Indiana Fever organization. She saw the product, she invested her skill set, which is a generational talent, and it uplifted the franchise and is quadrupled the amount it was worth since she's joined. So that, guys, I know that was a lot. But that, guys, is enough to make people resent you. They couldn't get it done. And Caitlin Clark does it with ease, okay? Next, you have Coach White. Coach Stephanie White, who is married to a woman. She wouldn't know anything about team building the way Christy Sides does because guess what? She is in an alliance with these women. She is in an alliance with DeWanna Bonner. And we know that most of these women in the league are, let's be honest, they're African-American women and they are aggressive. I think that Coach White was kissing ass. I think that Coach White didn't know how to properly sit DeWanna Bonner down. We know that she moved her to the bench, but that could have been a front office move. That could have been a Caitlin Clark request. Doesn't mean that Coach White wanted it. Coach White was playing both sides. Hey, I got to appease to Caitlin Clark. Well, I know DeWanna Bonner. I used to coach her and her wife with the Connecticut Sun. What do I do? So she is already not handling this locker room the best. And one of the first things that the team requested from Coach White during her interviews, where she seems to be pointless, was protect the locker room. Now, I'm going to ask you, right? Anybody watching this video, has Coach White protected the locker room in your opinion? Because all I know is she crosses her arms and she takes these sabbaticals, and it's not good for the chemistry, and it's not good because Caitlin Clark can't do both. She can't be the person that's holding the team together, although Kelsey Mitchell has been on a tear, Aaliyah Boston has been on a tear. This team is good, right? They can make it through the playoffs and, guys, wound up in a championship if they are aligned. You saw videos of Jason Whitlock. Plenty of videos of Jason Whitlock saying that Caitlin Clark is not only injured with her growing, but she's also mentally injured. She has no support, opposing teammates pushing her on the court, and her teammates aren't there to defend her, aren't there to help her. I think a Natasha Howard video went viral where on the Seattle Storm, the Chanae's sister, I don't know how to say her last name, but the ESPN analyst, I do believe that's her sister. They share the same name. She's on the ground. You see Natasha Howard going over there and, hey, are you okay? You okay, baby? Getting a little rub. You know, they like to feel on each other and shit. But you didn't see that same energy when it came to Caitlin Clark. Why? This is supposed to be the face of the league, someone that can put you in a commercial, someone that can say, you know what, I can talk to Nike about getting you a little endorsement. See, they don't think. They don't think, man. This is somebody that's on your own team. And we've all heard that most of the women in the WNBA who are heterosexual get mistreated, severely mistreated because of their life preferences. Because they choose to abide by the Bible. They choose to abide to anatomy. They want man wants woman, woman wants man. In this league, in most of the world we live in, guys, this is a complete violation. They don't believe in that. That's why they're so angry. Caitlin Clark has brought all this attention. They want to be in their LBGT gay bubble. I'm not trying to be messed up, guys. It is what it is. I know a lot of people don't like harsh reality, but this is just the truth. Some people are okay with being in their cave. But when you start to say, I want more money, when you start to say, pay us more, when you start to say, treat us like the men in the NBA, we're not seeing men in a locker room scissor each other, if that's possible, right? We don't see assistant coaches in the NBA scissoring each other. Which brings me back to my point with Sophie White. All of these different islands, man, because of women pettiness, because some women can't accept that other women have different lifestyle preferences, because some women can't accept that the face of the league is a Caucasian. Listen, this league, Kathy Engelbert, is in over her head. I mean, her and Adam Silver, man, they got to be the worst commissioners I've ever seen. Too nice, passive, not aggressive, not firm. It makes no sense. Coaches having affairs with players, players having affairs with players. What's going on? Get this shit together, man. Seriously. Because when I look at Caitlin Clark, not only do I just have like respect, because, you know, women don't get along with each other naturally. If you got a fiance, a girlfriend, you'll see right off the rip if you go out with her. Women kind of do this thing where they stereotype you, they judge you, they're snarky, they have like remarks. All first impression. You see guys, hey man, like your shoes, man, where you get them from? No hate, no animosity. We just operate a little differently. Most of us, I'd like to say. But I do feel for Caitlin Clark, man. You bent the knee, you kissed ass in Time magazine. And what did I tell you, Caitlin? What did I tell you? Doesn't matter what you do, they're never going to respect you. They hate you. They despise you. And instead of directly saying that they hate you, they say, we hate your fans. I mean, what? You got a coach that's in over her head, in my opinion. This team is going to be under a microscope because the fan base, guys, is like this. Hey, man, I'm not trying to say that they're America's team. They're like America's. You know what, guys? People say that the Cowboys are America's team, but the Indiana Fever fans are like America's team, the Dallas Cowboys, but the fan base of the Philadelphia Eagles. And I'm an Eagles fan, guys, and you know, we get crazy, okay? They are crazy about this organization. They are crazy about this team. And most importantly, guys, they are crazy about Caitlin Clark. Man, they are crazy about Caitlin Clark. So these islands that all of these women are on, or different islands that Sophie Cunningham is speaking of, it's just no camaraderie. Perfectly, guys, like Jason Whitlock keeps slamming the desk on this. They need a heterosexual male in there who does not care to put these women in their place, who's not up for the antics, who's not interested in scissoring women. They need to honestly get rid of Natasha Howard. She should have left with DeWanna Bonner, in my opinion. All of these so-called acquisitions that were so promising were going to take the Indiana Fever to the next level, which could very much be possible, but they're not the right people. Right skill set in moments, but not the right people, right? They don't have the right team, guys. This team, they're not in alignment, man. And when your best player, the face of the league, is not gelling with their teammates, how can you expect this team to go anywhere? I mean, how? Checking out some of these comments on Instagram, guys. Sophie is the Draymond of this squad. Love the energy. She kind of is, man. Like, she definitely, you know, for a white girl, I got to be real, she got some backbone. You know, I know she knows karate. She's a black belt. But she has backbone, man. And she, you know, besides all the Instagram posts and, you know, her looking like a model, you know, she's eye candy for the most part. What I will give her is she remains competitive. She takes her job serious, and deep down, man, she really wants to win, you know. So I got a lot of love for Sophie. I do. And I do see her being the backbone of this team. You don't see anybody else coming to Caitlin Clark's aid the way that she does. And you just got to respect that. You still attend Sophie. Love your BB girl. Okay. You know, a lot of guys like Sophie, man, her personality, you know, obviously the looks. A lot of people go crazy over her looks. And of course, guys, the way she defends Caitlin Clark. People making jokes, but it's true. They have a massive target on their back due to their attention they get in transcendence Clark has brought to the WNBA. They are on top of the hill and will be there for a while, and every time hates. I get what she's saying. In a lot of other leagues, you have friends on other teams you talk to, but it doesn't seem to be the cause for the Fever team. Clark is making everyone more money down the road, so they can hate on her, but they are going to thank her one day. Absolutely. We saw the media right deal. We see the national televised game. We saw what she's done for not only for the city of Indiana, but the whole freaking state. Here's an interesting one. One thing I don't like about Fever is they play victim card for sympathy so that everyone loves them. But you probably didn't have anything to fucking say about Angel Reese. Get out of here, man. The only teams players are excited to see on their schedule are the Sun and Sky. And I'm guessing this is a bit of sarcasm because they seem to be, obviously not the best teams in the league right now. But you guys let me know what y'all think about Sophie Cunningham's comments about the division in the locker room. What can the Fever do in the foreseeable future to salvage this season? Or is this season already in the books? Let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching. Do not forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you have not. Also hit that like, share, and notification bell for more future content. See you guys in the next one. Peace.